How's it going, everyone? So today we're going to be making a family favorite, which is pancakes. So we're going to keep it quite simple. This is one of the easiest recipes I know to make pancakes. So we're going to start out with 1 cup of all-purpose flour. Just add that into your bowl. Then we're going to do half a teaspoon of baking powder, 2 tablespoons of sugar, little pinch of salt, or to taste. Some people prefer a little bit saltier. I'm not a fan of it. I'm just going to use a little fork to mix it up. You can use a whisk or a food processor, whatever you feel comfortable with. I've always preferred using forks for some reason. I feel it's just a bit easier, less to clean up a bit later. So once we've mixed that all together, we want to create a nice big well in the center where we're going to add our wet ingredients. So we're going to start with a cup of milk. You can also use a oat milk, almond milk, any type of milk you prefer. You don't have to use dairy. I just use dairy because I love it. We've then got 1 beaten egg. We've got 2 tablespoons of cooking oil. You can use an all-purpose oil or any type of natural oils that you have. I also like to add a little bit of vanilla essence. I just put a little drop in there. Just adds a little something to it. And then we get to the mixing. So you want to make sure you combine all your ingredients and try and remove all the lumps. This should take a few minutes, but once you're done, you should have a lovely, smooth batter. If you find you're still in trouble with some lumps, you can always add a little bit more milk. But this is one of my favorites, and I've got this down to a fine art, so I know it just needs a little bit of elbow grease. You can see it smoothing up quite nicely already. See, a nice little air pocket starting to form. Still got a few lumps, so we'll keep going until we get nice and smooth. Always important just to cook with confidence, be happy with what you're doing. I wouldn't recommend tasting the batter, but definitely give it a smell from time to time, see how you feel. So this typically is a recipe that would suit 2 people quite comfortably. So if you want to make it for 4 or 5 or 6 people, just double up your ingredients and you should get quite a nice amount of pancakes. Right, on a medium to high heat, you want to take your frying pan and add a little bit of butter. Now keep in mind we do have oil in our batter, so we don't have to be carried away. I just like the taste of it, and I'm on a cheat day, so I'm not too worried about a couple of extra pounds. So all we're really going to do is just let that pan warm up. As you can see, it's starting to pick up already. We're going to be putting about a 1/4 cup of the batter into our frying pan. All we really need for this right now is a little bit of the batter and of course your spatula. I'm a fan of plastic spatulas. I've got a non-stick pan here, so really the butter is all about the flavor. It has nothing to do with keeping the batter from sticking. So we're going to go ahead. It'll be warm in a few minutes. We'll get that to go. Get some of our batter in there. Now remember, if you want to make more, all you need to do is just increase your volumes and you should be happy to get another few pancakes in there. So we just pour it on nicely. Try and let it sit for a few minutes before you start fidgeting with it and moving it around. But get all your batter nice and easy. If you want a perfect circle, you got to pour it. You just got to slowly pour it. We're going to let that sit for a few minutes. Let that pancake batter cook. You're going to want to be watching out for bubbles forming on the surface of your pan. So once it's cooked. Right, as you can see, the pancake is lifted up very nicely. We've still got a bit of soft batter on the top, but that's all right. We give that a little shimmy. Just get it nicely browned underneath there. You'll see you can see the bubbles are just starting to show up. And here we go. Let's have a look how this side's doing. Oh yeah, now we're cooking. Have a look at that. And so far I haven't gotten burnt, which is a good sign. If you're not getting burnt, it's kind of like riding horses. You got to fall off horses a few times before you can say you ride horses. I think it's the same like cooking. You got to burn yourself a few times before you can call yourself a cook. I've burnt myself a lot. Alright, we're going to go ahead and pop this into a ceramic dish and we're going to put that in the oven. Keep that warm while we move on to the next batch. Same as before, we're just going to take a bit of our batter. I'm going to shake off all the excess there, and we're just going to pop that straight into the pan. Nice and hot. Keep an eye on your temperatures of your pan. If you see things getting a bit too hot, you're in control. You can always turn it down, turn it up. That's one thing. Cook with confidence. Just do what you feel is right, and if you don't know, just try. Worst can happen, you can burn something. As long as you don't burn yourself, you'll be alright. Remember guys, don't get burnt. Just like before, we're going to let that sit for a few minutes. Just let all those little bubbles come up before we go ahead and flip it. Alright, this one looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and give this a quick flip. See how she's doing on the other side. Oh yeah. Now we're going there. Beautiful. I apologize for the angle, not the best one, but I hope you can see the pancake is looking beautiful. I know my girlfriend's going to be very pleased with this when she wakes up. Alright, that's looking really good. Let's go ahead and pop this on the tray and get ready for the next one. Let's see if we can do some cool flips. Hey, look at that. Rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat. We're getting down to the last batter. Like I said, this recipe will do enough for about 2 people. Pancakes are deceptively filling, so yeah, if you're feeling a bit hungrier or you got a few surprise guests, so quick and easy. Knock it together in a few minutes and you've got beautiful pancakes ready to go. Kids love them. You can make them healthier, add some less sugar, use honey as a substitute, put some blueberries inside, chocolate chips. You know, it's really up to you what you want to add to it. And that's the thing about cooking, is you need to experiment, you need to have fun with it, cook with confidence, and don't get burnt. And here we go. Here's our final result. And honestly, these came out just as I expected. Always so easy, so good. I've just chucked on a bit of natural honey and a few bananas and it's good to go. They look good, golden brown, smell amazing. And to be honest, I don't know if my girlfriend's going to get any of these.